Mandy Tapia, and I'm here with Adam Roberts from Texas Art Project, and you're here for another vendor spotlight. So we're so excited to have you today, Adam, to talk about what you have coming up. We also have Blake with us again to help me with the conversation. So glad to have you both with us. Adam, tell us a little bit about what you have going on this summer.
Well, first of all, thanks to both of you for having me as a representative of Texas Arts Project. Typically, Texas Arts Project meets in person on the campus of St. Stephen's High School here in Austin. And it's the 3-week summer intensive that usually involves filmmaking, musical theater, acting, and so there's a whole wide variety of things that get covered in the in-person TAP Camp. Of course, this year we're meeting virtually, and we have taken and refabricated the same sorts of things and added some new things in that we would typically do in person as part of Texas Arts Project Summer Camp. And we have developed a new initiative, a new program that is called On Tap. And On Tap, online, on demand is how we're branding ourselves. And this is a program that is for high school students and college students. And normally, Texas Arts Project Summer Camp is for middle school and high school students. But because of the new offerings that we are rolling into our digital series this summer, we are opening it up to college students as well. Okay. What that involves is we are looking to help performers, budding performers, pre-professional performers, or pre-collegiate or pre-industry performers to develop a digital presence and a digital portfolio. That has become so important in the industry over the past several years, and that is certainly not going away as we move through our current times and look toward the arts post-COVID. And so one of the things that we're going to be doing is working with a professor from the Savannah College of Art and Design, who is going to be working with all of our participants to begin to design their own website for artistic purposes. I am involved with a company called Resolution Creative. You can see it back there, Resolution Creative, and we are going to be working with folks on developing their social media presence and all kinds of strategy and things like that, in addition to all of the musical theater coaching, private voice, acting, dance, group classes, guest artists from TV, film, Broadway, and also really excited to have Sherry Sanders, who is she is the name in musical theater rock, pop rock audition coaching, and she's going to be joining us as a guest faculty member as well. So lots of stuff in the 3 weeks.
You know, I have a heart for the TAPS program. I had several students who have gone through your program. I think that there's such an, like you said, this digital, you know, it's not going away. It's getting bigger, if anything. For these kids to be able to have that opportunity to do that right now, I think is so essential.
Well, thank you. And that is exactly what we think too. And we didn't want to say we're going to try to replicate exactly what we do in person. We wanted to actually go a step further and take advantage of the digital space that we currently have available to us and to students to actually say, okay, let's capture what we're doing in our instruction, but also use this time to really get ahead of the game with what we're putting out there digitally.
It's a simple challenge that you want students to know that they can overcome relatively quickly. For instance, I think that some people are apprehensive to be themselves when they're at home and their parents are around and their siblings are around. And that's a simple thing to kind of get over. What's another simple challenge that you feel the students should know so that they don't become apprehensive or get scared of the program that's going to be kind of in a new media?
That's such a great question. I think two separate answers I have to that. One of the challenges, because I'm a vocal coach primarily in my work and life, and I'll be doing a lot of the vocal coaching for this program. And I think one of the challenges is people are often really afraid of how music will work in this kind of an environment. And I can say firsthand, I've done online coaching for a very long time, although I typically coach in person. I've had some part of my practice has been virtual for many years. And it is really incredible the kinds of strides and progress that you can make with voice and with music and with dance online. So although it may be, as you said, a little scary to, sing when other folks are home and things like that, it actually is a very non-threatening kind of environment online, even though it might sort of seem that way initially. And I think the other challenge is, again, it's something that we just talked about, which is, overcoming the fear of performing in a virtual environment. I've had a few folks from other programs that have said, do you recommend I take, theater classes and acting classes and things like that online? Because I've been kind of apprehensive to do so, but I really think that it's going to become a necessary part of the actor's toolkit for the next several years and beyond, particularly spurred on by our current circumstances, that we're going to be doing a lot more digital work in the arts. And so not only, again, is this sort of a stopgap to get us back to performing in person, but we also want to equip folks from the beginning to be able to feel comfortable performing in a virtual environment too.
You guys are doing group classes online as well. And I know for myself over the past few weeks, months, I have dealt with and trying to figure out how the best way to still create that sense of community that theater does, and how to do that in a group environment. And to be honest with you, I don't think I was that successful. So I would love some ideas or tips on how you guys are gonna tackle that.
So one of those things is that although we'll be doing a lot of our work in group classes live together in real time, we are also creating a strand of pre-recorded modules. So instead of having everyone have to learn and kind of demonstrate everything all together in every session, we are going to be able to have people prepared before they come to those sessions to be together with the same sort of, I won't call it assignment because that makes it sound sort of like school, but the same sort of challenge, if you will, from each of these very short pre-recorded modules. And then when folks come in, they'll already be kind of prepared for whatever that day's activity or whatever that day's, master class is, so that it's not coming in teaching everyone at the same time always, and then they're going to go and have to sort of stand up right away in front of folks and perform or do whatever that activity is. They're going to be able to be prepped ahead of time through these pre-recorded modules that are built into each day of the program. So there's a little more flexibility in terms of scheduling as well. And then also, I think the fact that we're going to, another, benefit of this circumstance is that we're going to be able to bring in folks virtually in a situation where we often couldn't bring in the same people in person. So we're going to have access to some, as I said, Broadway, TV, film performers, to Sherry Sanders, to people who, if we needed to be in person, might not be able to come down for the same amount of time. But, we're going to be able to, in those group situations, really, expose people to those professionals and their perspectives and their work as well. So we begin on Monday, June 8th. That is Monday. I got it right. Monday, June 8th. All of the information you can find, including the registration form and everything, at TexasArtsProject.com. That's arts, A-R-T-S. TexasArtsProject.com. All of the, when you go to that website, it's going to be all about On Tap, the very first thing that you come to, all of this information. You can also follow the Tap Camp Facebook page and the Instagram page as well. It's just Texas Arts Project on those platforms. And we're, constantly posting videos and things about what people can expect.
We hope to have you back on soon.
Sounds fantastic. Thank you all again.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.